everybody, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. My name is Big Bill. How y'all doing today? As coming in a little too hot there. 98,854 pounds is our total gross weight. Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, good morning and good afternoon and good evening, wherever you guys are watching from. As I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys had a wonderful start to your week, as today is Monday. Yes, I know, it's Monday, March 9th, 2026. How are we all doing? Hope we're all doing wonderful. Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back into the beautiful Peterbilt 379. We got a fun one, got an interesting one, and yeah, a little bit on the oversized load and a little bit on the heavyweight side, like weight wise. But if you guys don't know this trailer or this load, this trailer is part of John Ruta's USA Trailer Pack. Some of you guys have actually asked me, hey, does John Ruta have a trailer pack, and does John Ruta have a good amount of cargoes? Absolutely, John Ruta has a good amount of cargoes and a good amount of trailers. This is his load boy. He is working on adding more loads to each trailer. I know he's also looking into doing more customization with each trailer, but right now I think I read of his stuff correctly. I think the next major update is for the W900, which pretty cool photos, pretty cool stuff. Ooh, we went a little wide. That's okay. So I'm also trying out something new in today's video. I don't know if you guys took notice to the beginning part of the video. Beginning part of the video, I obviously showed off the load, the trailer, and the truck. Obviously, with me hitting F1, which brings up that screen where it tells you my cargo, the damages to the truck and trailer and the cargo, or even the state that we're in, like what the restrictions are and all that stuff. I kind of wanted to show it off a little bit. What I'm trying to do is, okay, I'm going to show off the truck, show off the trailer, show off the load for a little bit, and then I'm going to hit that screen. It's going to show you guys, okay, this is what he's hauling. That way, I end up missing and doing that. You guys know what I'm hauling, you guys know where I'm going, and I can sit here and talk about it instead of, alright, Paul's truck, you know what I mean? So, but in this big box, it's electronic equipment. We have hauled this load before and this trailer before. It's just been a while since we hauled John Ruta's trailers with his truck. This is electronical equipment weighing in at 62,060 pounds. Ouachita, Washington, Liverpool to Longview, Washington. We're going to Rustic. Job remains is 12 hours and 22 minutes. The job income is $13,980. Next rest stop is in 13 hours and 26 minutes. We have no problems because this load is not going that far. 4 hours and 49 minutes left in the trip, and 246 miles left. I was going to try to do a video here. I'm trying to do two loads here in the state of Washington, like try to knock out 2 cities in one day. But that was not actually panning out to where I hoped. So, because while in that little town, I couldn't get a load. I literally found a rest area, I slept, and I think I checked the game, or I restarted and started the game, or restarted and started the profile for at least 4 tries before I found this load. And you know, I would try to do another load here, but I don't want to push my limits with my time. That was a little weird. So yeah. Got a few questions to answer, got a few things to talk about. The biggest thing we're going to be talking about today is Formula One. Some of you know me very well know I am a very big Formula One guy. I have followed Formula One for most of my life. I have loved Formula One since I was a kid. A lot of you do know that I am a big Ferrari or McLaren fan. I'm also any big American team that's in Formula One, like Haas or now even Cadillac. I do support the big teams, McLaren and Ferrari, a tiny bit more, but I would like to see Cadillac or Haas win a race or even win a championship with their drivers. So yeah, but apparently I forgot to do a video of my early predictions for Formula One, and one of you viewers probably messaged me going, "Hey, I've been watching you for a while. Normally around this time of the year, or a little bit later, or a little bit earlier in the year, you talk about F1." I said, "Yes, I do." "Well, why didn't you do an early prediction video for this upcoming season?" I said, "You know what? You're right. I have not talked about Formula One." So, with that being said, we're going to talk about Formula One here for a little bit. So, my early predictions. Well, obviously, the nail hit the coffin with this weekend. I predicted that George Russell would win a couple of races. George Russell has already won Australia. I think Mercedes and George Russell are going to win quite a bit of races this year, in my opinion. I think George Russell is ready. I think George Russell is also ready for a bigger role, ready for that big leadership role at Mercedes. I can't pronounce his teammate's name very well, but he looks poised, he looks ready. You know, testing looked very well for Mercedes. It looked well for everybody, actually. You know, testing looked pretty good. Now, there was a couple of mix-ups with the teams, you know, like little incidents, or cars weren't working right, or they weren't working to their satisfaction, which is typical. It's preseason, it's testing. You know, not everything's going to work the way you want it to. So, with that being said, that you can say the same about some of the smaller teams in F1. So, I was about to say, because we got this big hill going up Interstate 90. I was about to say, please just give me the bypass. Oh my! But anyway, so I did have a couple early predictions. My other prediction is, I think Ferrari's gonna win a couple races here. I think Ferrari looks poised. I think Ferrari looks good. I think Ferrari looks fast. I think Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton are going to take the prancing horse back to where it belongs, in victory lane. I don't think Ferrari or Mercedes is going to win the championship. That, my friends, is going to McLaren's Oscar Piastri and McLaren. That is my pick to win the championship this year after what happened last year. I think he's going to do it. I think Lando will be there for McLaren as well. I think Max Verstappen with the new Ford engine with Red Bull, I think they're going to do good. You can never count on Max Verstappen, in my opinion. You can never, ever count on Max. It is weird though not seeing Christian Horner there at the beginning of the year at Red Bull. Like I know it was weird that Red Bull sacked him last year, but it's really weird at the beginning of the season. You look at Red Bull's garage and you don't see Christian Horner there on pit road. Like, that's really weird. So, but anywho, those are my somewhat decent predictions. I think Oscar is going to win a couple. I think Lando is going to win a couple. I think Lewis and Charles, they're going to win two or three each, or maybe one or two each for Ferrari. I just don't think they're going to get a championship. Now, this question has always been asked to me: who is going to win that mid-battle pack? I'm going to go and say this. I think Haas is going to be there this year. I think Haas is going to be there. They re-signed Esteban Ocon and the other Berman. Cadillac has Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas signed for this year and next year. I think Cadillac's going to do well. You know, Valtteri and Sergio are very good drivers. We know that. stupid red car. I did it again. I got my lanes mixed up. I was actually looking at the map before I started this trip, and I was like, okay, I gotta be in the right lane for this one. So, but yes, I will gladly say, I will gladly sit there and say, I do think, you know, Ferrari's going to go back to victory lane. Now, I don't think Cadillac or Haas might go to victory lane. Now, it could happen. You don't know with Formula One. Formula One is a different breed of racing, in my opinion, compared to NASCAR, World of Outlaws, you know, IndyCar. You know, now I'm not trying to compare dirt racing to Formula One. You know, those two are, the only thing you can compare is the equipment. Like, Formula One cars are lightweight, they got a lot of power, and they're super fast. World of Outlaws sprint cars, 900 horsepower, light ass vehicles, and they can still go well over, you know, 130 miles an hour. So, I'm probably also gonna get asked this question: who do I think is gonna win the Constructors' Championship? I really want to say Red Bull because I feel. Oh, I gotta bring up. Nope, I say put. I say put. Some of you think it's funny. Yes, yes. It's been a while since I've been up here in Washington and Oregon and all that. It's definitely been a while. So you can laugh at me all you want. I don't care. But I think Constructors, I'm gonna go with Red Bull. I think Red Bull is gonna have some this year with Ford. I will say I will be surprised if it's not Red Bull. I will be surprised if it is Ferrari or Mercedes. Now, there we go. Oh my. So, championship, Oscar Piastri, Constructors Championship. Of course. We could never do it 2 in a row here in Washington. Yeah, Constructors will go with Mercedes or Ferrari or Red Bull. McLaren might have some troubles this year. They might. So, and with that being said, also congratulations on George Russell, Toto Wolff, and Mercedes on winning the Australian Grand Prix. I would talk about NASCAR, but that race is still going on. It's still Sunday for me. It's Monday for you guys. So. Alright, so Dickie asked this question. 98,660. Get off that wall. It's out of the wheel a little bit more to the left than I did. Like I thought I did. Alright, let's get to some questions here on ATS. You know, I can talk about Formula One, I can talk about NASCAR, I can talk about any racing all day. Except I don't want to bore you guys out. I know I probably just did. But anyway, let's get to some of these questions. So, we have about 2 hours left in the trip. This question was asked to me privately. I don't think I've answered this question yet. And if I have, you guys can remind me if I did or didn't. But the one question I think it asked was this. Hey Peterbilt took notice that some of the companies have weigh stations, like ones on the highway or just a regular weigh station in front of its property or on the road leading to its property. Was wondering, is that a thing in real life since you're a truck driver, or is this a way for SCS to mess with you? So, to answer your question, it's very rare that actual weigh station would be right down the street from a company. It is very rare, but it's possible, and it's not very it is likely, but it's not likely. And the reason I'm going to explain that is because most of these weigh stations or DOT checkpoints or DOT weigh stations that you see on the highways, if you ever take notice to them, a lot of the companies are not even near them. Like, I'll give you a good one. Interstate 81 here in Pennsylvania, there's 2 weigh stations, okay? One of them is not even open most of the time. It's just a flat out rest area for cars, trucks, you name it. Another one is just a little pull off that they very rarely open. Now, they do open it every once in a while, but most of the time it's like a little place where truck drivers pull off and sleep. Here's the funniest part. You go to that weigh station, the next closest company is like 20 miles. I think it's like 15. I got told it's like 15 miles up the highway. So, yeah, now let's talk about properties. Like, let's talk about, let's actually talk about actual company, like an actual road leading to a company. It is very rare. It's not very likely to happen. It's very rare. Now, here's the weirdest part. In some situation, the company could already be there, but they could be leading to a road that the state owns, and like state's like, okay, you know what? We're gonna put a weigh station there. You guys have been coming out of there way overweight, like way overweight. We have the evidence, we have the proof, so we're gonna put a weigh station right there. That has happened before. It's very rare, but it has happened before. So, like, I'm trying to think of some places here in Pennsylvania. I can't really think of some places, but there is a place on the map that we just drove by that actually has that. So, I'll come back to that question here in a moment. Another question, actually, and this is actually a pretty good one. It's actually a pretty good one. Question goes, hey, you talked about recent SCS games like back then that you used to play, 18 Wheels of Steel, all of them. If you could bring anything from one of them older games, what would it be and why? That's simple. The trucks. The amount of trucks they had in them games was ridiculous. But I loved it. I truly did. I loved it. I loved every minute of it because you could take your pick on which truck. I'm gonna back up. Just gonna back up. Because I don't want the AI to stop. And Ryan Blaney is your winner at Phoenix. Oh, you're ballsy. Oh, he didn't get next. He's behind me. Pretty much the trucks. Not so much the trailers, because the trailers weren't really detailed and you really couldn't do much with the trailers. So, not the trailers. I say just give me all the trucks. The older ones, the newer ones, it don't matter. Oh, of course, Snyder. Owner operator for Snyder. No comment there. Now I am running a little bit of time here on this video, so if you guys don't have John Ruda's trailer pack, there will be a link in the description below. Oh, that's smart. Wow. I got no one's behind me. Oh, no one comes around this damn corner. I wouldn't lose my mind. I'd be like, you son of a bleep, bleep, bleep. Oh my. Very good questions from you guys though. Very good questions. Keep them coming. I know the one question I saw it, but it's like, you know what? I'll have to wait to answer that video because I think that one's gonna be me talking 50% about it the whole damn time. So let's just do the easy park job, get it done and over with. That way we can go show off this trailer just in case you guys are new. There will be links in the description below. I feel like it's been a while since I've actually showed off his trailers. That's another thing you guys have asked me to do is like, hey, can you do a trailer video? I can, but it's gonna be a while because I actually have a couple planned things I want to do. Begins ante. Alright, there we go. Excellent job. 288 miles, 6 hours and 18 minutes, 45.4 gallons of fuel consumed. Alright. So let's go over here to Trailer Explorer. So with John Ruda's USA Trailer Pack, I'm going to try to make this real quick and simple. I think it's 5 trailers. You get this reefer. You get this livestock trailer. Beautifully done livestock trailer. Really good. There you go. Here's a low boy, and here's all the cargoes with the low boy. It did expand a little bit. Like here's the Bobcat. Like everything, all the DLCs go with this trailer. All the SCS cargo goes with this trailer. So there really is a lot of stuff, and there's also some of his cargo too. There's also his cargo too that he put in this trailer too. Can't talk. His flatbed. That's not his trailer. But like I said with Low Boy, same thing with his flatbed, and actually same thing with his refrigerator trailer too. The SCS cargo works well with that one. It's got a fuel tanker. Very good fuel tanker indeed. And oh, there's There it is. Hopper trailer. Wilson Hopper. So, alright. I'm not going to show it off because I don't want to take this video too long. But, I don't know what's on top for this week. I think we could be doing some different stuff here. So, with that being said, hope you all have a wonderful start to your week. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Hope you're all doing well. I'll see you all next time. Thank you for all the love on here on YouTube. Let's keep it going. Please like, comment, subscribe. Bye.